What keeps you so late? It's almost dark.
We're planning far out to the forest's edge.
Oh, you're done then?
Aye. The farm is seated. Are the boys asleep?
They will be soon.
Pray now for a fair summer.
Aye.
Are you all today?
I am. It is a rabbit.
Oh, is it? In Jonathan's trap?
No, she come walking into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner like she come to visit.
Oh, that's a good sign, just walking in.
Pray God, it hurt my heart to strip her, poor rabbit.
Oh, it is well seasoned.
I took great care. She's tender.
I think we'll see green fields soon. It's warm as blood beneath the clouds.
That's well.
If the crop is good, I'll buy George Jacobs heifer. Hell, would that please you?
Aye, it would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
Cider.
Aye.
The farm is a continent when you go foot by foot dropping seeds in it.
It must be.
On Sunday, let you come with me and we'll walk the farm together. I've never seen such a load of flowers on the earth. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
I think you're sad again. Are you?
You come so late, I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why? I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this week.
I've thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why'd you let her? You heard me forbid her to go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault. It is a fault, Elizabeth. You are the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you, Elizabeth?
It is no mouse no more. I forbid her go, and she raises her chin up like the daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I am an official of the court.
Court? What court?
Aye, it is a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges up from Boston, and at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
I wish to God she would. There'd be 14 in the jail now, and the court have power to hang them too, she says.
They'd never hang.
The deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. The town's gone wild, I think. Mary Warren speaks of Abigail as though she were a saint to hear her. She brings the other girls into court, and where they go, the crowd will part for them like the sea for Israel. And they bring folks before them, and if Abigail scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person's clapped in the jail for bewitching her.
Oh, it is a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. I think so. You must tell them it is a fraud.
Aye, it is. It is, surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Sheaver. He knows you well. And tell him what she said to you in her uncle's last week. She said it had naught to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Aye, she did. She did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Aye, they must. They must. It's a wonder they do believe her, Elizabeth.
Let you go to Salem, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
But then, let you think on it.
I only wonder how I may prove what you told me, Elizabeth. If the girl's a saint now, I think it's hard to charge fraud on her, and the town's gone so silly. She told me in a room alone. I have no proof of it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment, alone,
Why then it is not as you told me.
For a moment, I say. The others come in soon after.
Good then. Do as you wish.
Woman, I will not have your suspicion anymore.
I have...
No more!
Let you not hurt it.
Doubt me yet.
If it were not Abigail you go to hurt now, would you falter? I think not.
Now look, you.
I see what I see, John.
I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think on it. Let you look sometimes to your own improvement before you go to judge your husband anymore. I've forgotten Abigail.
And I.
Spare me! You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since she is gone. I do not move from there to there without I think to please you, and still an everlasting funeral marches around your heart. I cannot speak, though I am doubted. Every moment judged for lies, as though I come into her court when I come into this house.
You were not open with me. You saw her with a crowd, you said. Now
I will plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John,
No more! I should have roared you down when I first heard of your suspicion, but I wilted. And like a Christian, I confessed. Some dream I must have had to mistake you for God that day, but you're not. You're not, and let you remember it. Let you look sometimes for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you. The magistrate that sits in your heart judges you. I never thought you but a good man, John, only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. Why do you go to cinema when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I'll beat you if you dare leave this house again.
I am sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray, hurt me not, my insides are all shuddery. I have been in the proceedings all day, sir.
And what of these proceedings? When will you proceed to keep this house as you are paid £9 a year to do, and my wife not only well?
I made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair and pass the time with sewing.
Thank you, it's a fair profit.
We must all love each other now, Goody Proctor.
Indeed we must.
I'll get up early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep now.
Mary, is it true there will be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. There be 39 now.
She's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang!
Hang! Hang, you say? The deputy governor will permit it.
He sentenced her, he must. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confessed? To what?
That she sometimes made a compact with Lucifer, and wrote her name in his black book with her blood, and bound herself to torment Christians till God's thrown down. And we all must worship hell forevermore.
Surely you know what a jabberer she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court she near to choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Mary,
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
Why, I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleep in ditches and so very old and poor, and she sit there, denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back. And the skin of my skull will begin to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe air, and then I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice. And all at once I remembered everything she'd done to me.
Why? What has she done to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she'd come to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider, and mark this, whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled, she may mumble hungry.
But what does she mumble? You must remember, Goody Proctor, last month, Monday, I think. She walked away, and I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
I do, I think.
And so I told that to Judge Hawthorne, and he asks her so. Goody good, says he. What curse do you mumble that this girl must fall sick after turning you away? And then she replies, Why, Your Excellence, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments, says she.
And that's an upright answer.
Aye. But then Judge Hawthorne say, Recite for us your commandments. And of all the 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her.
Why, they must when she condemned herself.
But the proof!
I told you the proof. It's hard proof, hard as a rock, the judges said.
You'll not go to that court again, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, sir, I will be gone every day now. I'm amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? It's strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But Mr. Proctor, they will not hang them if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail sometime. And here's a wonder for you, think on this. Goody Good is pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near to 60.
They had Dr. Criggs examine her, and she's full to the brim. And smoking a pipe all these years, and no husband either. But she's safe, thank God, for they'll not hurt the innocent child. But be that not a marvel? You must see it, sir. It's God's work we do. So, I'll be gone every day for some time. I'm an official of the court, they say.
I'll official you!
I'm not stand beating anymore. The devil's loose in Salem, Mr. Proctor. We must discover what
I'll beat the devil out of you!
I saved your life today.
I am accused.
You are somewhat mentioned, but I told them I never saw no sign. You sent your speed out to hurt nobody, and seeing as I lived so closely with you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law. I cannot tell it. I hope you'll not be so sarcastical no more. 4 judges and the king's deputies sat to dinner with us but an hour ago. I would have you speak civilly to me from this hour.
Go to bed!
I'll not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I am 18 and a woman, however single.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up!
I wish to go to bed.
Good night, then!
Good night.
The noose is up.
There'll be no news.
She wants me dead. I knew all week it would come to
They
this.
dismissed it. You heard her.
And what of tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John, you know
I
it.
say sit down! We must be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
Fear nothing. I'll find Ezekiel Cheever and I'll tell him she said a raw sport.
More than that is needed now, I think. John, grant me this. Go to Abigail.
What have I said to Abigail?
John, favor me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There's a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. She may dote on it now, I am sure she does. She thinks to kill me than to take my place. It is her dearest hope, John, I know it. There be 1,000 names, why does she call mine? I'm no goody-good that sleeps in ditches, nor Osborne, drunk and half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's wife, but there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place.
She cannot think it!
John, have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass you in the church, but you will blush.
I may blush for my sins.
I think she sees another meaning in
And
that
what
blush.
see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you be somewhat ashamed, for I am there and she's so close.
When will you know me, woman? Were I stone, I would have cracked for shame this 7th month.
Then go and tell her she's a whore, and whatever promise she may sense, break it, John, break it.
Good then. I'll go.
Oh, how
I
unwillingly.
will curse her harder than the oldest cinder in hell. Fear not. But pray, begrudge me not my anger.
Your anger, I only ask you.
Woman, am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never called you base.
How do you charge me with such a promise? The promise that a stallion gives a mare, I gave that girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit, and I am honest. But I'll plead my honesty no more. I see your spirit twist around the single error in my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know that I'll be your only wife or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening.
Why? Good evening, Mr. Hale. Come in. Come in.
I hope I do not startle you.
No, it's only that I heard no horse.
You are Goodwife Proctor?
Aye. Elizabeth.
I hope you're not off to bed yet.
No. Let you come in, Mr. Hale. We're not used to visitors after dark, but you're welcome here. Will you sit, Mr. Hale?
I will. Let you sit, Goodwife Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, it rebels my stomach. I have some further traveling yet tonight. Let you sit, Mr. Proctor. I have some business with you.
Business of the court?
No, I come of my own, without the court's authority. Hear me, I know not if you are aware, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
We know it, sir. Our Mary Warrens told us. We are entirely amazed.
I am a stranger here, as you know, and in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those that come accused before the court. And so this afternoon and now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house. and
Rebecca's charged?
God forbid such a one be charged. She is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You will never believe, I hope, that Rebecca's trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
Surely you cannot think it.
These are strange times, mister. No man may longer doubt that the powers of the dark have gathered in monstrous attack upon this village. There's too much evidence now to deny it. Surely we'll agree, sir?
Aye. I have no knowledge in that line. I find it hard to think so pious a woman be secretly the devil's bitch after 70 years of such good prayer.
Aye, but the devil is a wily one, you surely will agree, sir. However, she's far from accused, and I know she will not be. I thought, sir, to put some question as to the Christian character of this household, if you'll permit me.
Why? We have no fear of questions, sir.
Good. Then I note in the book of record that Mr. Paris keeps that you are rarely in church on Sabbath day.
No, sir. You're mistaken.
Only 26 times in the past 17th month. I must surely call that rare. Sir, will you tell me why you are so absent?
I never knew that I must account to that man whether I come to church or I stay at home. My wife were sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, how come you could not come alone?
Why? I surely did when I could. But when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Mr. Proctor, your house is not a church. Your theology surely tells you that.
Aye, it does. It does. It also tells me that a minister may speak to God without he have golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Since we built the church, there were pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them, and a sweeter hands never touched the metal. But Paris came, and for 20 weeks, he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had them. So I labor the earth from dawn of day till blink of night. And I tell you true, when I look to heaven and see my money glaring at that man's elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I think sometimes he dreams the cathedrals and not clapboard meeting houses.
And yet, a Christian must be in church on Sabbath day. Tell me, you have 3 children?
Aye. Boys.
How come it then only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that Mr. Paris lay his hand upon my baby. I see no light of God in that man, and I'll not conceal it.
I'll tell you true, Mr. Proctor, that is not for you to decide. The man's ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
No, I
I nailed the roof upon that church. I hung the door.
Oh, did you? That's a good sign then.
It may have been too quick I have been to bring that man to book, but you cannot think we ever desired the destruction of religion. I think that's in your mind, is it not?
There is a softness in your record, Proctor. Softness.
I think maybe we have been too hard with Mr. Paris, but we sure never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There is no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I'm a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
Why? I'm sure that I did.
Let you repeat them, if you will.
The commandments.
I.
Thou shalt not kill.
I.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not use the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt remember thy Sabbath day, keep it holy. Thou shalt honor thy father and mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You have said that one twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between the 2 of us we know them all. I think it'd be a small fault, mister.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack may be accounted small.
There be no love for Satan in this house.
I pray it dearly. I'll bid my leave then.
Mr. Hale, I do think you are suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
Goody Proctor, I do not judge you. My duty is to add what I may to the godly wisdom of the court. I wish you both good health and good fortune.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witness, and I cannot prove it except my word be taken, but I know the children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Not to do with...
Mr. Paris discovered them sporting in the woods, and they were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail.
Aye.
Abigail said it had naught to do with witchcraft.
She told me the day you came, sir.
Why did you keep this?
I never knew until tonight the world would go deaf with such nonsense.
Nonsense. Sir, I have myself examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others that have confessed themselves to witchcraft. They have confessed it.
And why not if they must hang for denying it? There are them that will swear to anything before they'll hang. Surely you've thought of this.
I have. And you, would you testify this in court?
Why, I never reckoned with going into court, but if I must, then I will.
You falter.
I falter nothing. I only wonder how my word may be taken in such a court. I do wonder when a minister as steady-minded as you will suspicion such a woman who has never lied. She cannot lie, and the world knows it. I may falter somewhat. I'm no fool.
Proctor, let you open with me, for I've heard a thing that troubles me. It is said that you may hold no belief that there may even be witches in the world.
Not what I've said. I may have said it. I do often wonder if there be witches in the world.
Then you do not believe.
I have no knowledge of it, but the Bible speaks of witches, and I'll not deny it.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot.
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I cannot believe that the devil may own a woman's soul if she keeps an upright way as I have. I'm a good woman, I know it. And if you believe that I can do only good work in the world and yet be secretly bound to Satan, I tell you I cannot believe it.
But you do believe that there are witches.
If you say that I am one, I say there are none.
You surely do not lie against the gospel.
She believe in the gospel, every word.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
You cannot mean to think she doubts the gospel, sir. You cannot think it. This be a Christian house, sir. A Christian house.
God keep you both. Let the third child be quickly baptized, and you go without bail each Sunday in the Sabbath prayer and keep a quiet
John,
soul.
What's the matter?
They come and take my wife, and Rebecca nurse.
Rebecca's in the jail.
John, Cheever, come and take her in the wagon. We only now come from the jail, and they'll not even let us in to see them.
They've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure he mistakes these people.
Pray, calm yourself, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, and Martha Corey, there cannot be another woman closer to God than Martha.
How were Rebecca charged, Mr. Nurse?
For murder. She's charged with the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, if Rebecca Nurse be tainted, there is nothing from stopping the whole green world from burning. Let you rest upon the justice of the court. They will send
You
her
cannot
home.
mean she'll be tried in court.
How may such a woman murder children?
And remember, just an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch, Mr. Hale. I only said she was reading books.
How exactly was your wife charged, Mr. Corey?
That bloody mongrel Wolcott charged her. You see, he buy a pig off my wife 4 or 5 years ago. The pig died soon after. So he come dancing in for his money back. And my Martha, she says to him, Wolcott, if you have the wit to feed a pig properly, you'll not live to own many, she says. And now he goes to the court claiming that from that day to this, he cannot keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks because my Martha bewitched them with her books. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Why, Mr. Cheever, good evening.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you've not come on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I'm a clerk of the court right now. It's a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor that might have gone to heaven must burn in hell. You'll burn for this, do you know it?
You know yourself. I must do as I'm told. You surely know that, Giles. And I, as lief as you, not to be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it. Now believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law and all its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
What say you? A warrant from my wife? You said you were not charged!
I know nothing of it. When was she charged, Mr. Cheever?
I've given 16 more tonight, sir, and she is one.
Who charged her? Who?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
Abigail Williams. What proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I like us not to search your house. So will you please hand me any poppets that your wife may keep here?
Hobbits.
Why, I never kept no poppets, not since I were a girl.
I spy a poppet, Goody Proctor.
Why, this is Mary's.
Would you please to give it to me?
Has the court discovered a text in poppets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No. Nor this one until tonight. It may signify a poppet.
Why, poppet may signify. Now, woman, will you please to come with
She
me?
will not. Fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
No, no, I am forbidden to leave her from my sight.
You will leave her out of sight and out of mind, mister. Fetch Mary here.
What signifies a puppet, Mr. Cheever?
Why, they signify the sheep. Why, this.
What's there?
Why, it is a needle. Willard, it is a needle.
What signifies a needle?
Why, this go hard with her, Proctor. This. I had my doubts, Proctor. I had my doubts. But here's calamity. You see it, sir? It is a needle.
Why? What meaning has it?
The girl. The Williams girl. Abigail Williams, sir. She sat down to dinner in Reverend Parris's house tonight. And without word nor warning, she falls to the floor, like a struck beast, he says, and screamed a scream a bull would weep to hear. And he goes to save her, and stuck 2 inches in the flesh of her belly, he draw a needle out, and demanded of how she became so stabbed. She testified it was your wife's familiar spirit. Why, she didn't, sir.
She's done it herself. I hope you're not taking this for proof, mister.
'Tis hard proof. I find here a poppet Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir, and in the belly of a poppet, a needle stuck. I tell you true, Proctor, I never warranted to see such proof of hell, and I bid your
Here
son-
now. Mary Warren, how did this poppet come into my house?
What puppet's that, sir?
This poppet. This poppet.
Why, I think it is mine.
It is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it come into my house?
Why, I need it in the court, sir, and give it to Goody Proctor tonight.
Now, sir, do you have it?
Mary Warren, a needle were found stuck inside this puppet.
Why, I meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuck that needle in yourself?
I believe I did, sir.
What say you?
Child, are you certain this be your natural memory? There is no possibility that someone conjures you now even to say this.
Conjures me? Why, no, sir. I am entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing it in court. Ask Abby. She sat beside me when I made it.
Bid him out, mister. Your mind is surely settled now. Bid him out, mister.
What signifies a needle?
Mary Warren, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail Williams.
Murder? I charge no.
Abigail were stabbed tonight. A needle were found stuck into her belly.
And she charges me?
Aye.
Why, the girl's murder. She must be ripped out of the world.
You heard that, sir? Ripped out of the world. Willard, you heard it.
Out of here.
Proctor, you dare not touch the deputy's warrant.
Damn you, Deputy Governor, out of my house.
You ripped the deputy governor's warrant, man.
Out of my house.
Proctor.
Get you gone with them too. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, if she is innocent,
If
the
she
court will.
is innocent, why do you never wonder if Paris be innocent? Or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were in Salem, but now the little crazy children are jangling the keys to the kingdom, and calming vengeance writes the law. This warrant is vengeance. I'll not give my wife to vengeance.
I'll go.
You will not go!
John, I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep her. The law binds me, John. I cannot budge.
You'll see her taken.
Proctor, the court is just.
Pontius Pilate, God will not let you clean your hands of this.
John, I think I must go with them. Mary, there is bread enough for the morning. We will bake it in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor as though you were his own daughter. You owe me this and much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft. It will frighten them.
I will bring you home, Elizabeth. I will bring you soon.
Oh, John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean upon that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing. Tell the children I have gone to visit someone sick.
Willard. Willard, you'll not chain her! Damn you, man, you'll not chain her! I'm not having chained!
And yet silent, minister. It's fraud. You know it is fraud.
I'll pay you, Willard. I will surely pay you!
God's name, John, I cannot budge. I must chain them all. And let you keep inside this house till I'm gone. Man, you blind?
Mr. Proctor.
Out of my sight.
Charity, Proctor, Charity, what I have heard in her defense, I will not fear to testify in court.